Okay, I just uploaded my live race. I do live commentary while I'm doing the FIA race and all my races, so that was uploaded. But I wasn't mad about the initial ending of how that race ended. Then I watched the replay real quick, and it made me super mad to the point I was gonna go find him and tell him and demand an apology. You know, or I'll like ruin his life and hack his social security and like send a bad card to his grandma or something. Whatever. I'm gonna do bad stuff to him if he doesn't apologize. But then I don't know. I couldn't find him, and then I let a day go to make voodoo dolls of him and stab him a whole bunch. And then I realized, you know what? Let me just ask all the mean people on the internet what they think. So we're gonna do that. See how that goes. I already made the video once, but I made it 40 minutes long because I couldn't stop talking. So hopefully I don't do that this time. So, the way they did it, pit stop is not mandatory. You could use softs, mediums, or hards. I already did one race. It was softs. I split it in half, 5 and 5, and I pit on them because I thought staying on the whole way on the BMW would not work. Some cars, they last forever. I had a feeling some people behind me were on softs. I wasn't sure, of course, during the live race. The truth of the matter was, the pole position I got, I was very unhappy with because I didn't want pole position. I just got back into being a B driver again, and I didn't want to be up this high with all this pressure. And I wasn't sure about that Mazda. I assumed he was on softs, which he was. The rest of the competition that really pressured me was on mediums. But my main competition for this race, K. Moore, he was on softs, so he was aggressive. And I'm okay with that. So the first thing was, this was the first fight, and I allowed him to go right through. So I felt his pressure, and it felt like soft pressure. So I had no issue with allowing him through. I was expecting to do it next turn, not this turn. When he turned in under me like that, I moved back to the outside. I'm trying to let him know that I'm passive and he can get by me no problem. I did not want us to come together at all. That just is going to waste too much time. He went to the inside there and it caught me out a little bit. That real quick little thing he just did right here. Because I wasn't defending. I was. I was not defending. But when I saw his arrow dive to the inside like that, it kind of threw me off a little bit. And whatever. That little thing, and that it threw me off a little bit, slowed me down, and it allowed him to get beside me. At this point, I knew he was there. Obviously, I couldn't extend to get a good run up this hill. So he switched back on me, which is what I expected, and everything was totally fine. I already planned on letting him through during this turn right here, but because of that mistake, it happened a couple turns earlier. No problem. I'm okay. Game on, except for James, because he bends it right here. Sorry, James. Bye. Everyone else made it through turn 1 perfectly fine. There was a couple little things, but nothing really to show you. Okay. Now I think if he's on softs, he either needs to pit or this race is going to come back to me. Stay calm, put in consistent lap times, and act like no one else exists on this track. And that's what I did. As you can see from this little graph here, I'm joking, there's no graph, but all it is me hitting lap 2. There he is. Lap 3, hey, there he is. Lap 4, there he is. Lap 5, there he is. Lap 6, there he is. Lap 7 there. Oh, he's closer, huh? Oh, he's closer, huh? Oh, he's closer, huh? Okay, lap times on the right-hand side, very consistent. Exactly what we needed to bring this guy close. The guy behind us, Gabo put pressure on us for 8 laps straight, and he finally started to fall off. As you can see here, watch this. Oh my God. He's there. He was 5th lap. 6th lap. I mean, he was just consistently there the whole time, the same way I was on the Mazda. So, okay, we go in. The reason I'm showing lap 9 is this odd little brake check. I decided this was not a malicious brake check because of this. In the final lap, he does a weird brake check thing to me. And I'm just showing you from lap 9 what he does. He brakes at an odd place through this S. So during this lap, he does it right here. See that weird braking point he does? You don't need to brake there, but the way he's driving, maybe he does. I don't care. It's irrelevant. Either way, I'm in his ass, and he needs to get a move on. Because this guy's coming to you. Look, I even did better tire saving than the Porsche back there. Ain't that nice? Okay. Now at this point, he feels my presence. I believe he even switches traction control on because his tires are not doing great. Let's see if it's on already. Yeah, he already has traction control turned on because he's struggling. Maybe he had it on from the beginning. I don't know. That's kind of crazy if he is a traction control driver. Let's see him turn one real quick. He could be a pad. He could be a console driver. I mean, a controller driver. I have no idea. Yeah, he's using traction control. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I don't use traction control. So he had it on the whole time. He's a traction control driver. All right. He's probably on a controller. That might be part of his problem. So anyway, he brakes here, which is odd. I didn't notice it. Nothing really to notice except for next lap. I really bring the gap down. I mean, it's tight. Even to the point where people were gonna think I should have made the pass here. But I'm passive, always passive, because I don't want this guy to catch up to us. So he goes ultra defensive. Sure, it's last lap. I probably should have stayed in the slipstream and just took the momentum and ran him down in this next straight. But he goes defensive, gives me a poor run out of here because I was being stupid instead of being aggressive on the final lap like an idiot. Just a mistake. I don't want to talk about it. But watch his weird brake check. It's just so odd. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm close to him, but watch. He slams on the brakes right there. I just found that really odd. Like, it almost gave me a, like, I didn't know if that was malicious, if he was trying to, like, give me a penalty or something. Stop it! The fuck? So I don't know if he was like being malicious there. Ultimately, I'm going to say no because of the weird braking on lap 9. I think I was very close to him and he was worried that I was going to shove him wide. I'm hoping that's what it was and it wasn't malicious. I honestly, I don't know. And I'll never know. But, yeah, really weird. It doesn't really make any sense to me. Anyway, yeah, now he has rear bumper damage. I probably have front bumper damage, of course. Fine, we carry on. It's no big deal. Nothing to be mad about. And then we approach my final chance to make this pass on this final lap after all this hard work came right here. And I just want to know whether or not you think this was a good move, bad move, racing incident. Should a penalty have happened to someone? Should K Moore have just relinquished the position to me over the finish line? Or do you think he deserves it? And if he did deserve it, do you feel good with that win doing this? So this turn right here, my last opportunity right here. Alright, I'm going to show you how I saw it while I was driving live. The full race with my live commentary is on the channel if you want to see my live reaction, instant reaction. But I know everything here in these S's, inside goes to outside, outside goes to inside multiple times here. And he was defending heavily. So I knew I'd have a chance. I was very ambitious around the outside. Yep, give me that. I'm ahead. P1. P1 the whole way around this turn. He bumps me again, and he's through. Okay. Live, I was like, dude, that was dirty, bro. You ain't leave me no space. I left you tons of space. You left me nothing. That was not cool. And I was in a slipstream, and I thought, is he gonna brake and let me by? And so I pulled out from behind him just in case he was gonna hit his brakes and let me through. But he didn't. And then after the race, I said, okay, but you know what you did. And he did not apologize. He saw the message, waited 7 or 8 seconds, and left the lobby without saying anything. So, in my opinion, it could just look as a racing incident. And I think a basic, hey, I'm sorry, man, I was doing as best I could there. My tires were dead. I tried my best. I'm sorry. I'm totally fine with that. That's not a problem for me at all. But on his telemetry, he did open the steering twice on what I interpret as opening the steering twice, and I want people's opinions. So we come through. His tires are dead. Look at them. My tires, alternative strategy. He came back to me. Here we go. No contact there. Okay. From his view. What I'm looking at is that red dot that is just above the RPM gauge that fills up on acceleration. That red dot is his steering input. Am I crazy? Or when you're turning to the right, should your steering wheel always stay to the right when you're not adjusting for oversteer? He's not adjusting for oversteer. Where he has understeer, not oversteer. Now, if he applies the throttle, he has traction control, so there's no reason for his car to kick out or anything too crazy. I don't know. I could be wrong about the steering opening, but take a look at that red dot on how it moves to the left. It's gonna move to the right as he starts to turn to the right. And then 2 times that dot wiggles from that right side to the left. Twice. And I don't see a reason for it to do that. So you tell me. Once right there, and again right there. I watch F1, and they look at telemetry data, they look at stuff to make those decisions. My professional opinion is he opened the steering twice. Once here, again there. And that would be grounds for a penalty, I think. This wouldn't just be a racing incident. I believe that would be a penalty at that point. But that's me being extremely critical of what exactly he did there. In the end, was it a racing incident where we barely touched each other and he went through for the win? Sure. It's just a game, dude. It's really not that big of a deal. But it's just, I try to be a very respectful driver. I could have wrecked into him multiple times. I could have bumped him multiple times. And I chose not to. I did bump him through that S earlier, but I already demonstrated that was a strange breaking point. My view of it is that's rough. In my opinion, that is rough. Very, very minor. And, you watch back the live commentary, man, I'm joking, I'm laughing about it, saying, good job, like, whatever, dude, this wasn't a big deal. But, whenever I watch stuff back and you're able to critique it and look at every little detail, it's like, damn, dude, why you couldn't, like, I know I was there. So, anyway, I just want to know what people think. If anyone, this is what he saw from, I know he was licking his chops. I know he was excited. He was hoping we come together and he takes P1 and rides off into the sunset. And that's what I was avoiding, was that. I didn't want that to happen. Ultimately, when I went around the outside, I could have passed him around the outside before that next turn if his car didn't exist. It's just, I can't go across because he has so much understeer, he can't get his car to turn. So I can't turn in either because his car's still there. Basically, right here, as you can see, I took position 1. I'm P1 right now. So that's well before the apex. I have the position. He has the inside, I'm on the outside. No contact. No contact. I think there might have been a little contact there, but it's not me. It's him not keeping his car on the line. At this point, I have enough grip on my tires compared to his that I could continue to drive around the outside and apply throttle, but I can't because his car's there. So I have to lift to the turn starts to straighten up. Otherwise, obviously, I'm going to keep going straight into the grass. So now that I believe is the first time he opened the steering, which again, look how much room you have to the inside. There was just, yeah, see the dots. This is the one time he moved that steering to the inside, the first time. Because he's running me out of road is what he's doing. Again, I'm P1 this entire time. This entire time around the outside, I'm P1. Again, we stop here. I mean, we're talking centimeters here, guys. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, we are tight. You can't really get any tighter than that. I mean, really, you kind of can't. The game's glitching because of how. I mean, that's how close we are. And I can't, anyway. That's why I'm confused about the opening of the steering. Now, I know he's dancing that car and he's trying his best to keep it on the road. Either way, once we get to here, again, I'm still ahead. My car exists, and you have to leave the room on the track for me. Alright. At this position right here, and my car was ahead the entire time in P1, this is where he decides that he's going to just go straight, and I should just get behind him. He makes contact, and as you can see, my car's not pointed in the correct direction because he's left zero room for my car to exist, and he's just going to drive straight and not allow me to race with him. Anyway, alright, that's my opinion. You can tell me whether I'm crazy or not. You tell me how you feel if you're K Moore and if you're me, the Flying Dutchman. Tell me how you feel about this. I don't know. I know if I was K Moore, I would have pulled over, gave up the win because I don't care that much. If I did care a whole bunch, then I would at least say, hey, I'm sorry, I did as best I could. I hope you're okay with that. Because it wasn't egregious. Certainly wasn't egregious. I just wonder, some dirty drivers are real slick at their little things. Like Lewis Hamilton, for instance. He likes to, I know everyone's going to like that comment, when he likes to bonk you and do that little move he does with his left front or right front where he slides it in between someone's wheels and they drive over it and it makes the car jump in the air and slide off the track and he keeps going with no damage or very little damage. That's like dirty drivers. They know what they're doing. That little wiggle to run me out of room, knowing that I'm not saying that was K Moore. I'm just saying people do that shit. And I don't know if K Moore said, sorry man, did my best, totally fine. I hope you did. I hope it was fun for him. It was a fun race. I enjoyed it. I just, at the end, I think maybe I deserved that win. I think I deserved the win. And because I didn't want us both to wreck and us both to lose, I conceded. And maybe I shouldn't do that. And maybe one day I'll stop. Or maybe someone will say I'm an idiot and he was totally right. But Auto Drive knew the position of the cars and how they should have came home. So Polyphony, you knew what to do. Anyway, if you think I was mad, you can watch the live race. I wasn't mad. But I do believe that was a little shiesty. K Moore, whenever you see me next, just apologize and we'll be best friends. Okay, that's all.